Howdy y'all, today is April 5th. It will not stop raining. It's been raining for about 24 hours at this point. It's a muddy mess. The pigs are still swamped. I'll see if I can get on second story of the barn and stick my camera out. You can kind of see the lake starting to form back there. My path's underwater, you can see a little there. All the woods there, that's just all water above where the pigs even are. So it's gross. It's also starting to leak into the chickens. So this coop right here is pretty wet right now, but I mean, at least they're not getting rain on them, just as long as they stay out of the puddles, which they are. They're kind of huddled up over there because it is starting to come in on them. Howdy y'all, today is April 6th. It's a little chilly, but it has finally stopped raining. Thank goodness. There's a little chance of getting some rain this afternoon, but it's not going to be anything terrible. I don't know. It's been pretty bad the past few days. So anyways, so far this morning I had one of the elementary school teachers come over and grab eggs and incubators. There's going to be 3 classes doing them this year, so one more than last year. I'm excited for that. So she grabbed all the supplies and she's going to go get it set up. So here in about probably 30-40 days we'll have some birds out here on the farm. They're going to keep them for a little while, but hopefully I'll get a few updates so I can update you guys as they go. Also this morning I had a bit of a scare. I looked out and the pig gate was not on the hinges. It was just leaning. At least the chain was on there, and I went and tried to fix it because what happened was the pigs just were rooting underneath it and popped the gate off. So they could have easily gotten out. Thankfully they didn't. So I tried to fix it, but as soon as I walk over there, they get excited and start bombarding the gate. So I currently have the bottom attached, but not the top one. It's really hard to get both with them there. So it's still really early to feed them, but I don't know if I'll be able to get that gate fixed without feeding them. So I'm gonna run out there, see if I can pop it on, have some eggs to distract them, and then get that fixed. Howdy y'all, today is April 7th. It is finally not raining, which is really nice. So the guy that is going to be taking my pigs in for me wrote and was wondering if we could load up Tuesday because it is going to start raining again on Wednesday and Thursday. So I think that's a good idea to try and do it when it's drier. I mean, this isn't going to dry out, but out here, minus the low spot leaking out, this actually isn't too bad. So we'll see what another day does on drying this out, but it'd be perfect if we could just back up here. I'll make a little thing here, run the pigs at least out on the grass, have the trailer here and load them up. If not, what we're currently thinking is leaving at least the trailer and truck on the drive, and then building some sort of run all the way up there. So I'm gonna work on that today for the worst case scenario. I've loaded pigs and cows before, and honestly pigs are the worst. So it's not like these are wild pigs or anything, but if they get spooked, they're just hard to move. So anyways, hopefully they'll load easy. Right, piggies? Yeah. It is gross in there, isn't it? You good pigs. Alright, let me get to work. Next batch of pigs I do over the winter. I will not time it so they're going in the rainy season, so that way we don't have to deal with as much mud. But this actually doesn't feel too bad out here, so I don't know, we might get lucky. The more I'm looking at this setup, running them up to the drive is just gonna be really tough, and there's a lot of things that could go wrong there. So I think with another day of sun and wind, he's coming tomorrow evening, I think we'll be all right out here for him to pull out. I put a couple cattle panels just on the ground right now. I'll tack them up, and that's probably about the most I'll do. I mean, worst case, we'll make a tiny little corral and attempt to move the pigs up. But yeah, just don't have many options at this point. One idea I'm potentially thinking of, I did a quick little diagram here. You got the pig pen, pig gate, This right here would be one of the cattle panels. I would only need one probably in this case. If I can get the trailer here, I'll open the gate inwards. Pigs can come in here. They'll be really happy to get the grass, just as long as this trailer doesn't spook them too bad. When it first pulls up, might let them chill for a minute. And then close the gate. Then the pigs are stuck in this area. And then I'll use that gate to be able to push them in the trailer. That is my initial thought, initial plan. Will it work? I don't know, but that seems the easiest, especially if I'm able to get the trailer there and things dry out. If not, I don't know, I'm sitting here thinking through a lot of different scenarios. I prefer to be over-prepared versus under-prepared. Plan for the worst case, hope for the best case. I don't plan on feeding the pigs that morning, so I'll just feed them on the trailer, and hopefully they'll just go right up, and that'll be easy. So my dad and brother are gonna help out that Tuesday evening, and I think the guy who's hauling the pigs has a couple kids he's gonna bring, so I don't think we really need a bunch of people or anything, but just as long as the setup's nice and easy, it will hopefully go as smooth as possible. So yeah, that's kind of the main focus today. Also, the Georgetown Market grocery store place wrote and they need another 30 dozen, so I got to get that done today, tomorrow, somewhere in there. But I really want to focus on this pig pen and getting that set up first, since that is tomorrow. So something loosely like this with the cattle panel curved. I haven't actually measured it, so I don't know if it's the exact 8 foot for the gate, but then opening inward, letting the pigs chill here, and then using the gate to swing this way and push them on the trailer. The trailer's gonna be over here, butted up next to that post. So we'll see. I think the pigs will actually load up pretty easy. I think they'll be happy to be out of the mud, even though, you know, pigs supposedly like mud. It's not the heat of summer when they really like rolling in mud. Still, it's only 50 something out right now. Sun feels good, but it's not like they're wallowing in it or anything. They're just walking through it, eat, and then go back to bed. It is pretty wet in here now. It doesn't even look like bedding anymore, so time to put some more down. That was some thick, wet grass there, so I took it down a little further than I normally do. Hopefully we get some good wind on it, help dry that out. I didn't want tall grass because I feel like that might be a little slicker, so a little shorter, hopefully dry it out a bit more, and then give him some space to get his truck and trailer in there. Just had a neighbor stop by. It was absolutely perfect timing. He's loaded pigs before. He does some small batches, or did in the past, so that's helpful. He suggested funneling them down so that way you don't give them a chance to turn around. That makes sense to me. So we need one more cattle panel. My dad's here now, and we were about to go run and get that, but then the same neighbor called and said he had a couple laying around if we needed them. So thank you so much to my neighbor for the advice and the cattle panels. I'm starting to see a little bit of dry ground. I also saw a little bit in front of that furthest chicken coop there, so it's still damp, but at least things are drying out. We got a good breeze going today. Temperature is really starting to drop out there, so came up here to get warm for a little bit, but the pig chute is as good as it's going to be for now. I was able to contact the guy and get a video of the trailer, so they gave me a little bit better idea of the gap that the pigs would have to step up. We built a little ramp, also gave me an idea of which side the door hinged on, and just a lot of other small details that are just going to help tomorrow go easier. So at least all that's kind of planned for. I won't be able to do some things until the trailer's actually here, but for the most part I feel pretty good about it at this point. So fingers crossed, all goes easy tomorrow on that. But right now I'm just kind of finishing things up. We've got to water some stuff, and then I got to wash a bunch of eggs tonight. Howdy, yeah. Today is April 8th. Got all the eggs washed. let's go drop them off. What a beautiful day it is out, you guys. Got the eggs dropped off. I did run and grab some wood after that, some plywood and a couple random 2x4s. Mostly just to help aid in loading up these pigs. I've already done chores, but I only fed the pigs 30 pounds, so 1 5-gallon bucket full. I'll give them the other tonight. But I am gonna give them a bunch of walnuts because I still have tons of those. But walk you through this really quick. We built a little ramp because the trailer is a bit high, so we're gonna have a piece of plywood either on this side or the other side just to block off the rest of the trailer. Since that's a tiny little opening, we're gonna run them through this narrow little stretch here, that way they can't turn around on us. Still gonna open the gate the other way, let the pigs in. They'll be happy to get out of that mud, I'm sure. And yeah, we'll just hope for the best. I have quite a few people coming to help, but I don't know how much help we'll need. It's just kind of making sure the pigs all get turned the right way, and then pulling some T-posts and getting them on. So I'm hoping everything will be easy and these pigs will behave. Right, piggies? They have a gorgeous last day. It's currently in the 50s. It's not going to be really warm today, but there's no breeze today, so it doesn't feel half bad. The sun's out and it's kind of dry. We did have some frost. There's actually a little bit of ice in some of the chicken's water, so I think that has to kind of dry up first and then we'll get a little more dry. But the guy is going to be here about 6:30, so still has all day to dry out. I think we'll be okay. If not, we'll have some trucks and boards and everything else that we can use to get him out if he gets stuck, but I don't think he will. But anyways, I mean, there's not really much more I can do as far as getting ready for the pigs. They don't actually, you know, get butchered until Thursday, but the reason we're loading them up today is tomorrow it's raining, so just want to make sure that we don't have to work in that, and it's not going to be any muddier than what it is right now. My hose is actually frozen right now. Getting a little bit of water going through it, but there it goes. I think it was down to 24 last night. It was pretty chilly. All right, y'all, let's load some pigs. We've got, I don't know how many people here, probably 10 people. All right, y'all, the pigs are off. So this worked out okay. There was one little pinch point that was kind of tough. I mean, the mud was obviously not easy. There were tons of people here, more than needed, but it was nice to have the extra help if needed. So yeah, it was just gross in there. The little pinch point, once the gate was closed, like here, all the pigs were wanting to just file in this corner. That was the only downside. But once they got moving, they went up in the trailer just fine. The ramp wasn't an issue. And once they were on the trailer, they were completely content. I had a bale of straw I put on there as well as some food, so they were happy. But yeah, it was just this one little corner that was kind of tough. Who was it? It was Winnie. Actually got on the trailer pretty quick, and she was easy. But then the other three were just being stupid and kept wanting to go in the corner. But it all worked out and they're loaded up. My dad actually, while I was gone this afternoon, ran out and grabbed a cattle prod, and honestly I didn't think we needed it, but it did make things a lot easier, especially when they were just in the corner, because when a pig doesn't want to move, they're not going to move. So if you give them a quick little zap, it did help to kind of move them around there. So yeah, I mean, it went pretty smooth. I was happy with how it went. Probably make some tweaks for next time. But it's definitely, since I've done it both ways now, running pigs on a trailer versus leaving a trailer there for, you know, a week. I'd prefer just to leave a trailer there for a week and feed the pigs that way. They get used to the trailer, you feed them, close the door, and you're off. versus boom, trailer, squeeze them on and then get. So it all took under an hour, everything total, so not bad. I got to meet him tomorrow, and I also have the freezer coming tomorrow morning sometime between 7 and 11, so I need to kind of clean the barn up a little bit and get that ready. I'm planning on putting this freezer between these two posts here, so it's not completely ready. Maybe put a little more gravel, some pavers down, and just move some stuff out of the way. So probably just wind up sitting the freezer somewhere in the middle for now. I've kind of got everything pushed over to the side. So yeah, it's between 7 and 11. I do want to get the pigs some food and water in the morning. I'm going to write the guy because he did take them with him tonight, and see if I can swing by early and to get that done. The pigs aren't supposed to eat a full 24 hours before they get processed. So drop off Thursday mornings between 6 and 6:30, I think it was. So they probably get started at 7 or 8. So as long as I feed them before that time frame, it'll be fine. But I have to be here starting at least 7 o'clock in case that freezer comes. So that'll probably be an early morning out there getting the pigs some food and water. Good morning, y'all. Today is April 9th. I ran out to get the pigs some food, their last meal, some eggs, some grain, a bunch of walnuts in the back there. I threw a tray in here, so I'm about to get them some water. All right, still got some walnuts back there. They're mostly on the grain. I got their water full. They've been good little piggies. By Winnie, Tiny Tim, Sally, and Domino. Starting to get just a little bit of light on the horizon now. It's about 6:30. The water didn't work out super easy, but it was fine. I got it full. I had to use 5-gallon bucketfuls and run it back and forth instead of the hose because it was all frozen up, the one he had out there. But other than that, pigs are done and good. We'll head back to the farm. The freezer's gonna come anywhere between 7 and 11, so it's about a half-hour drive from here. So it'll put me right about 7. I haven't gotten any texts, so probably won't be right at 7, but definitely want to be there and ready for it. I'm sure the pigs were actually quite happy to be in that trailer because I was saving that last straw bale for about 2 days, and their little pen was getting pretty muddy, so I'm sure they enjoyed somewhere nice and dry and out of the wind to sleep last night. So they looked pretty comfortable. They woke up when I got there, and they were pretty relaxed pigs. Would you look at that timing? 7 o'clock, right back at the farm. Wow, you can really see the frost out there. It looks like a tiny pond where I mowed, but it's just frost. It was pretty chilly this morning. Well, still is. It's in the 30s right now. I think it's 31, so we'll just wait for them to drop it off now. What a gorgeous morning. But can you believe it's about to snow here in less than an hour? About 7:30. The grow lights haven't kicked on yet. I don't think I switched them since daylight savings, but they still get, I think I had them set on 12 hours. It's been a little bit since I've looked. I should probably double check on that, but it's kind of buried down there. Just got a text and it said they'll be here in about 30 minutes to drop it off, so about 8 o'clock. So I'm on the earlier end, which is nice. But I was gonna grab eggs. It's still a little early, not too many yet, so we'll give it another hour. Starting to get a few little buds there on my tomatoes. Some of my mom's over here. She's got quite a lot going on. When we have the fan on, I mean, there might be a little bit of pollination going on from that, but we're not hand pollinating or anything on that end. All right, here it is, y'all, the new freezer. So I just had them drop it in the middle because I don't really have that corner set up exactly how I want it just yet, but got the biggest one they had, and hopefully that should fit 4 pigs in here pretty easily and then give me a little bit of room to spare. It's really kind of 3.5 pigs because Tiny Tim really wasn't so big, but this is nice. We've got 2 grow lights on now. All the beetles are starting to run. They don't really care for the light so much. I'm working on moving this table and shifting everything down. Well, at least the snow missed us. I just got chores done, but it is kind of sleeting, not quite a rain. A little chilly out today. It feels really weird doing chores and the pigs aren't here. Usually they're grunting and squealing and pushing each other around or just up by the fence begging, so A little sad not having them, but still saw them today. Howdy y'all, today is April 10th, beautiful sunny day. It's probably the pick of the week actually. Right now just working on chores. This morning was actually D-Day for the pigs, so at this point they're probably gone. But yesterday I went through all the cutting sheets and got that sorted out. So it looks like it's gonna be a week for the fresh cuts and then for all the smoked things. Probably still a couple weeks out on that, but working on getting the label set and just all the little details like that. So anyways, we'll have pork on the menu by next week. I would love to get another one of these nesting box things figured out. This one's really close to done. I need to put in one more roost bar and then screen off a little bit and then do that third one. But unfortunately, I have music all day today. I have a couple gigs, so I've got to go do that. But tomorrow doesn't look half bad. It's gonna be a little cooler, maybe not as sunny, but still get some stuff done. I really need to get some grass planted in there here soon, so it's still kind of soggy. I'll get that picked up probably tomorrow and see if I can get some grass down. I also really don't want to get in there and clean anything up quite yet, because as soon as you get that stuff on you, it is on you for a couple days. No matter how many times you wash your hands or shower, doesn't matter. You smell like pig for a while. So I think tomorrow will probably be a good time. Tomorrow afternoon I won't see anybody too much over the weekend, so if I smell like pig, it's not a big deal. Got a little grass cut out there. Don't know if you can tell with the camera angle, but getting these coops out of the way, kind of cleaning up so I can do some cutting up here. Oh, maybe a month ago, my dad swapped out the wheels on this coop. So this is gonna be so much nicer to move because they were kind of tiny before, so it should roll a lot smoother. Howdy y'all, today is April 11th. I'm out working on the coops. Pretty nice day, a little breeze, not the warmest, but good enough to be outside and working. This middle one is done minus the solar door. This one is completely done now. I just put the solar door on there. There wasn't a great way to attach the solar panel, but it's on there good. It's not going anywhere. I just have the wire kind of snaking down. Need to get a zip tie because there's a little bit of extra. I'm not going to turn it on yet. I'll probably let that charge up for at least 24 hours and then mess with it. So I just need to get a solar door for that one, and then 2 will be completely done, which is a great feeling. I still have 3 more to work on. This one, the one by the barn, and then that one out there. The meat bird coop I will work on eventually. I have meat birds, I think it's the end of April they're coming, so I'll have to check on that. But pretty close. The nesting boxes, I have the one rollout in here and the other rollout in here. So those 2 I'm gonna retrofit, and then I have to build one more. So I'll probably build it on this coop here, and then we're getting close to getting the chickens out. Grass is perking up really nice.